Hello everyone, it is I, Eatin Shit Food Reviews. And I'm here with a little bit of a frozen dinner here. It's El Charrito's Saltillo Enchilada dinner, involving one beef enchilada in red chile sauce, one cheese enchilada in chili con queso, beans, and Spanish rice. Alright, and what was it here? There's a few things, I don't know, I kind of want to go through the packaging here. Now, there's a bit of a backstory behind this thing. Now, see, my wife, actually, she kind of clued me into this, right? Because she was running a little bit, it was Christmas Eve of all times, and she was running a little bit short on funds for dinner, you know, saying we spent all our money on Christmas, and so the only thing really available to her from the frozen food aisle was this particular dinner, okay, and because it cost $1.25. Now I know what you're thinking. How could this vast feast cost $1.25? Well, I guess we'll just find out here. We'll see if is this, you know, that really. I'll preface this with the question: is this bounteous banquet too good to be true? We'll just see it, okay? But anyways, there's a few things like that being said. There's a few things I want to point out about the packaging here that kind of make me that are interesting. For starters, salt is like a root word in the title of this particular dinner. So I don't know, like, you know, maybe, you know, forgive me for my ignorance of Spanish or anything rooted in, like, you know, Mexican culture or anything like that. But so I don't know. That could mean something entirely different. Another thing is that it has quite explicitly on this packaging that it has been inspected by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I never before really felt like I entirely needed that particular reassurance. You know,
is that a warning?
Yeah, like what the hell? You know, don't worry. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has, in fact, inspected this, and it's passed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a little assuming on my part that I'd be suspicious of that sort of thing. Also, here's another thing that I think is kind of funny. They have, like, little, like, nutritional facts. Like, I don't know, I think perhaps trying to mislead you that this might be in some way, shape, or form, in any way, health conscious, you know what I mean? Like, because it claims to have 12 grams of protein per serving and 9 grams of dietary fiber, right? Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, quite frankly, I would prefer them to have, like, a little blurb next to it claiming how many grams of cheese there are. Which I guess would logically lead me to the back here in the nutritional information, which claims that this thing is 370 calories, and a third of those calories come from fat. Alright? So I don't know how good that is. It contains about 70% of your daily fat value, and 21% of your saturated fat value. So, you know, that is what it is. It's got some proteins in here. I'll spare you the ingredients list, but, like, it's actually really funny because on the back, it's just like, I just noticed this. On the back is like a smaller version. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like a smaller version of what's on the front, like, paired with, like, an ingredients list. Like, what the hell's the meaning of this? You know what I mean? Like, oh. See, let's just take a look here. You see? Like, what the fuck is this? So anyways, I don't know. Maybe let's get down to business here now. I'm going to tell you a few things. For starters, I'm never, I wanted to comment on the price because at about $25, this pretty well, like, in terms of, like, food volume, as you can see, kind of stumps your standard, like, lean cuisine meal and a few other ones. There's those banquet frozen dinners, but, like, I feel like those are, like, completely impalatable. They look like something that you should feed your dog. But this, I don't know, this doesn't look as bad, except for I don't like it when you have to cook them in this, like, in this plastic case. And this thing, for its, like, oven directions, it says that you're supposed to put just, like, if you want to cook this thing in the oven, it says you're supposed to put this plastic case with the cellophane over top right in the oven at 350 degrees. Which I feel like is, like, really fucked up. I don't think I've ever seen another frozen dinner, like, in these plastic cases tell you that that putting them in an oven is even an option. Okay, I want to dissect this a little bit, okay? This took a little bit of time to cook here. I'm kind of actually half letting it cool. You got your beans here, your refried beans, and you got your rice here. And you want to know something? Surprisingly enough, this doesn't smell like shit. It actually smells a lot like a Mexican cantina. Like, as far as the smell goes, at the very least, it's authentic. Here you have a beef enchilada, I believe, with red sauce, and this is a cheese enchilada with, like, chili con queso, which I'm pretty sure is just, like, green chili and cheese sauce or something like that. I think queso is, like, Spanish or cheese or something. I wouldn't know that well. But, like, you have two varieties of fucking enchilada, beans and rice. So if this thing, like, tastes like anything other than, like, complete dog shit, we're actually getting some decent value for our $1.25, right? And it's conveniently spaced off into these, like, tiny little things. So why don't we just take a look here? Actually, we can do a little side-by-side comparison, right? Like, I must say that these enchiladas are looking a little more robust than these enchiladas, right? These are looking a little more deflated by contrast, you know? So let's just try it out here. Okay, I'll start. You know what? I think I'm gonna save the best for last, dudes. And, I'll start with the beans here. Let's try this out. I'm actually a big fan of beans, so you know. It tastes like beans, you know, which I guess surprises nobody, but they don't taste awful. It tastes pretty good, you know what I mean? Like, beans have a pretty narrow margin, right? Like, they can only be so good, but they can really be terrible, and these are pretty good, you know. I'm going to try the rice here. The rice isn't bad. The rice is a little bit bland, almost, you know what I mean? It tastes almost like it's made with ketchup or something like that, but like a really mild, like shitty ketchup. All right, now the piece de resistance here. Let's try our enchiladas. Kind of got to take a look. Oh no, wait a minute. I think I fucked up. This one's the cheese enchilada. But like, if you take a look, well, yeah, because there's cheese in it, right? There's no beef in this. Take a look. There's literally only cheese inside of that, which is weird because it's like, as far as the sauce colors are concerned, it's completely inverted because in this one, as you can see, the one with the red shit on top is like filled with beef, and this one has like red shit on top, and it's got like this like thin layer of cheese. So I can't help but say that I feel like just a tidbit of confusion. But let's give it a try here. Woo. Whoa. Holy shit. That's pretty spicy, and that's definitely the cheese one. Those are pretty spicy. That is a pretty spicy, like, bit of food. The texture's really fucked up, except for one thing that I must note is that, like, which again, as far as authenticity goes, I think this leans more towards being, like, authentically Mexican than, like, Mexican-American cuisine, right? Or Tex-Mex, because the tortillas are more of those, like, legitimate corn soft tortillas. If you ever traveled to Mexico, you'll notice that, like, the tortillas are a little bit different than anything that you get, like, you know, like, the further north you get, the more, like, the greater the difference you'll see in, like, you know, the nature of the tortilla. These are, like, corn tortillas. Okay? The cheese sauce is a little, like, I don't know, the whole texture is actually, like, a little bit messed up. And I don't know, this is going to bear another bite, okay? We're going to have to try another bite. But this one, well, this one's the beef one, but there's really nothing in there but, like, a little bit of brown. Okay, so, again, this one's going to bear another bite as well, so let's just try this here. I'm really confused. At this point in time, I'm having a lot of difficulty telling which fucking, like which enchilada is which, because they both basically taste exactly the same. And, like, I don't even know if these are filled. Alright. Let's see this. Let's see if we can find some fucking filling. Okay, this one's definitely the beef one, because it's just, like, something brown, like, something looks brown inside. Yeah. Here, take a look here. That doesn't look like beef, though. It looks like a fucking, like, beef paste. The, like, fillings inside are really, like, almost, like, mushy and creamy. And the tortilla, because it's a corn tortilla, has almost, like, a little bit of a grit to it. And all together, it kind of makes for, like, a really disgusting experience. And, yeah, this one's definitely, like, filled with cheese. The cheese inside of this, I gotta say, isn't bad. I picked the cheese one. I think the cheese one is actually less disgusting, because the cheese tastes okay. And also, cheese is actually supposed to be liquid, as opposed to the beef one, in which, like, the beef is as well liquid, or at least paste like. But, you know, that's kind of fucked up. I'm just gonna sit here and eat this whole thing. Maybe we can try with some of the beans and rice here. As you would in a restaurant. I gotta tell you, the beans and rice really saves this whole mess. Eating this beef one is positively disgusting to me, because really it has everything to do with the texture. It's disgustingly creamy. That's the only way I can put it, right? Like the beef offers you absolutely no resistance to, like, when you chew it, when you, like, push your tongue through it, anything like that. Like, it, like, instantly, like, dissolves and, like, coats your mouth. Whereas this cheese one, here, let's just take the final bite. This cheese one, at least, is, like, identifiable as cheese. Alright, well, I've kind of choked this down for the most part. And here are my thoughts on it, okay? Now this I would have to say is like, in a way, certain pieces of its authenticity, like, shine through, right? Which I can respect, you know, because, El Charrito here, they don't, you know, they take a pretty big risk, right? They don't care. When they say Mexican, they bring you Mexican. It's not some bogus half-ass, like, Tex-Mex crap, alright? However, the quality is pretty piss poor, I'd have to say. It looks nothing like this. The cheese and the meat are both really disgusting, but I'd have to say that the meat is especially disgusting. And, I hate to tell you, I'm sorry if you ever happen to be, faced with the prospect of eating this out of some necessity. If you want to do it for your own novelty, be my guest. But otherwise, I'd say if you're expecting this, or if you're really expecting anything, like, worthwhile eating, or worthwhile to eat, you'll be sorely disappointed. That is it. I'm done.